Hey guys, so I left my tripod at my boyfriend's. Yay. So I had to makeshift one with books, and like this is like my bookshelf right here that I'm like the camera's on, so it's like half a bookshelf, half a dresser. So I have all my books out right now, so it was easier. So, but in today's video, since today is September 4th, today is Sadie comes out. You should all go get it. I have it, but it is an ebook. I got it as an ARC from NetGalley, and so I don't have it physically with me. I haven't decided. I think I am gonna buy it. I just don't know how, because I have half-price books gift cards and I have more Amazon gift cards. I haven't decided which one I want, because I do want to reread it and like have my little notes in it, because I just finished Mammoth, and being able to just write in the book, I don't know, it just makes me feel like really happy. So that's why I like having my own books, but you know, can't buy all the books because of money issues. But so Sadie is, I don't know why I just keep doing this, but also I found this jacket in my closet, because since we did get affected by the hurricane, a lot of my grandma's stuff is in my closet. And so I'm like, well, I need a red jacket. And then I found this and I was like, it's actually very warm. But like it came with like a matching dress, and I'm just like, I wish I had fancy stuff to go to, because I would totally wear this. But so into the book review. I think like usually like all book reviews, like the first half is either spoiler free, and like the last little bit has some spoilers in it. So but basically like the first half you just explain what the book is about. I haven't decided what I'm doing. I'm just gonna go with it, and if I have to say things that are part of the book, I will just be like, hey, click off, and then when you read it, come back. I don't know yet. But so Sadie is a book about a girl who's 19 and her sister is murdered at 13, and she needs to go and figure out what happened, who did it, and all this. There is also a podcast that is going on with her life, and I think what Courtney said, or she doesn't know that the podcast is going on, because you know she doesn't have time to listen to it. But what is cool is while in the book there is a podcast, like on your phone, there is a podcast called The Girls, and it's the podcast from the books. So I listened to that while I was reading, and then I didn't want to finish the podcast are out, but I really wanted to read them all, or listen to them. I really didn't want to read it. So what I ended up doing is I kind of skipped the last of it. But then I couldn't wait, I needed to finish it and figure it out. But it's really cool. I'm gonna probably get the audiobook and like listen to the rest of the podcasts. Or I might just listen to the book again, because it's so good. And then I don't, like, my voice for Sadie probably isn't as good as the girl who actually does listen to her or speak as her. So I think I might do that. So the main plot of this book is a girl trying to figure out who murdered her sister. They live with their grandma, because her mom is in and out of the picture. She's got issues and stuff. So Sadie ended up just raising her little sister, and they they fought and everything. And a lot of times Maddie looked at Sadie as her mother, so sometimes they fought a little bit more than actual sisters. And so the grandma really hated that. She wanted Sadie to have a normal life and not to have to be able to take care of her sister. So it's all about a girl who is, 19. She's still a teenager. She has to be a mom the most of her life. I don't really know what it's like to be a kid and a teenager and all that, because she has all these responsibilities, because her mother keeps going in and out. So after Maddie is murdered, Sadie, she can't take it. She can't handle it. So she ends up, and then like with a lot of missing peoples and murders investigations, sometimes, they end up on like the police, they can't figure it out, so you know they don't do it, and then it ends up on BuzzFeed Unsolved. That's that's what happens in life, and it sucks. So Sadie goes and tries to figure out what happened herself. So she ends up going on this journey and all this stuff, and she ends up becoming missing. So that is how the podcast really started, is because this reporter wants to one wants to figure out who murdered Maddie, because they never figured it out, and then two, where is Sadie? Because we know she went to go and find her sister, but then she goes missing, and now we're trying to figure out where Sadie went. I really like the reporter in this. I feel like at first, I know a lot of reporters, because I want to be a journalist, so it's like I know a lot of reporters, they don't really want to, like, something they just don't want to do, but they have to because that's their job. And with him, it's like he didn't want to do this, but then he just got so invested in the story that he kept going, and he was working with the grandma, he talked with the mom and all this to try and figure out what happened to Sadie. One chapter will be the podcast, and then the next chapter would be like Sadie really explaining what happened in the podcast. So like they'll explain something about what they found and everything, and then it'll go back to Sadie in that moment that they were explaining about, and you'll get to see like what was happening. I really like this book. I give it a 5 out of 5 stars. I think it's cool because, you know, podcasts, I love podcasts, so having a podcast in a book was like such a brilliant idea, and I hope more people do that, because like the No Sleep podcast is like my favorite. Those conspiracy guys, like, podcasts are great. I wanted to keep this a spoiler-free review because it just came out, and I know a lot of people, you know, they haven't read it and they're just trying to get like opinions before they get it. So yeah, I would definitely recommend picking up this book. I read this in like 4 hours maybe. Like I listened to the podcast and then I read it and then I was done, and I really liked it. I never read anything from Courtney Summers. Apparently she's been around for a while now. This is the book that like introduced me to her. So I'm going to go and read more of her books because I love her writing style. How it like really flows with everything. And like the concept of this book was just like, oh, that's interesting. Because I mean, you see a lot in movies. Like I know there's a movie coming out where her family, I don't remember, Peppermint, I think, and like she goes and gets like revenge on the people who like killed her family, and that's like basically this book is, you know, trying to do, basically Sadie is trying to do what the cops didn't do, which, you know, happens a lot of the times if it's like things just like they have no leads and everything. I get it. What are they gonna do? But still, it sucks. But I hope you like this video. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I haven't done a book review since Unravel Me, and I think I need to start doing that a little bit more. Because I'm doing Emoji-a-thon right now, and I know a book from the library is That's Not What Happened is right at the library. It came fast. I need to go pick that up. And then I think that's the next book review I'm going to do. I think because like I know book reviews are better when they first come out, so that's why like a lot of books I have been reading, they've been out for a while, so there's all kinds of books, like book reviews and everything, so I'm trying to stick to the new ones, so I'm gonna go get that, and I will see you on my next video. Bye!